Okay, there's the group. So please, guys, order the book, The Articles of Belief. Go to leonline.com. For those of you who live in America, for anyone who lives outside of America, he has the ebook. You can download the ebook, which only costs a couple of dollars. Download the ebook. But again, if you're in America, buy the book, because the money that you spend buying the book is what he can use to make more copies of it, because he has to replace what is bought. I won't be able to teach it again to the new people if we don't have the money to make it again. So please, the American people, do not do the ebook. Leave the ebook for the sisters and brothers that's in Canada and overseas, inshallah. Okay. So today, what we're going to do is continue speaking about the lawful and the unlawful in regards to social relationships. And tonight's lecture is going to serve as a reminder, because we've covered many of this already in our 6 o'clock class. I spent the past week speaking about how to show allegiance to each other in a non-Muslim environment, and how to also get along with the non-Muslims. So this will be repetitious for many of you who attend my 6 o'clock class. And then for the others, it'll be a reinforcement of what you should know. So let me make the screen large, full screen, for the people here on Zoom. My little students in here. Let me connect you. What is that? Hello. Which one is me? Let me see if this is this okay, I think is that Instagram? Yeah, that must be Instagram. It just lags. Okay, I'm connecting you guys to Instagram. And for the rest of you, black screen for a minute. And now I'm going to take you right to the PowerPoint. Give me a second. There it is. Let's put it full screen, full throttle. And make sure you guys take screenshots. Take screenshots of the PowerPoint slides. It's only 6 slides, so it's not going to be a long class, because we're all, like I said, we're almost at the end. We're almost at the end of this series. So I'm trying to divide it up. I could have done it all tonight and been done, but I wanted to put it into 2 sessions. So here we go. Here we go. So tonight we're going to be speaking about social relationships, the lawful and the oh, I got the wrong picture up too. By the way, that's the wrong picture. Y'all can see I'm stressed. But hey, what can I say? We're going to speak about social relationships, the lawful and the unlawful, in regards to social relationships with Muslims and non-Muslims. I put the wrong PowerPoint. Okay. All right. So the relations amongst the members of an Islamic society are based on 2 principles. You guys know what the principles is. Wala and bara. The first is the awareness of the strong bond of brotherhood, which links us together. That's el-wala. And also, when we talk about having allegiance to each other, when we talk about having that strong bond of brotherhood, that means that the simple fact that we all believe La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah, that means that our life, our honor, our property are sacred. And I tell you guys all the time, I don't have to forgive you for what you do regarding my life, my honor, and property. I can demand qisas or retribution, but I'll forgive you of anything else, So any words, actions, or behavior that threatens these two principles is forbidden in Islam. And the degree of the prohibition depends on the magnitude or the moral injury which might result from this. And we have this verse of the Quran where Allah says, in the interpretation of the meaning, verily the believers are brothers. So set matters right between your brothers and be conscious of Allah so that you may obtain his mercy. O you who believe, do not let some people make fun of others, for they may be better than them, nor let women make fun of women who may be better than them. And do not slander yourselves or be offensive with nicknames. Evil is a name that connotes wickedness after believing. And whoever does not stop doing this, these are wrongdoers. O you who believe, avoid suspicion, because some suspicion is sinful. And do not spy or backbite on one another. Would you like to eat the flesh of your dead brother? You would hate it. Be conscious of Allah. So here we can see that Allah proclaims that the simple fact that we all believe La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah, that means we're brothers and sisters to each other. We're united based on that shahada. Whether or not I am practicing the religion the way you think I should, whether or not I'm half-stepping in my religion, doesn't matter. We're still Muslims. I'm still a Muslim and you're still a Muslim. And we have to respect each other's life, honor, and property. Does everybody understand that? And this brotherly relationship requires that we get to know each other, that we don't avoid each other, that we don't break ties with each other, that we love and hate only for the sake of Allah, and that we be sincere and not superficial with each other. Listen to what the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said. He said, do not be envious of each other, nor backbite or hate each other. Instead, be brothers in the way of Allah. Okay? Powerful words here. And we've been speaking about this for the past 2 weeks. I hope you guys are implementing this within your Muslim communities. We have to stop holding grudges against each other. We have to stop looking down upon each other. For those sisters who are not wearing hijab, they're still your sisters. You advise them, encourage them, okay? But don't sit there and push them away. Try to encourage them, all right? And not only does Islam teach us to have good relations with each other, but also with the people of the book. While Islam does not forbid us from being kind and generous to people of other religions, we have to remember that for those who do believe in Allah, as far as being people of the book, who is a people of the book? People of the book are people who Allah sent a book of revelation to them. Okay? And if these people live in a Muslim society, they're protected, as we talked about. They're protected by the government of those countries. And if they live amongst us like they do here in America, we're still kind towards them and respectful towards them. Listen to what Allah says in the interpretation of the meaning. O people of the book, you have been, or you who have been given the book. So because that the Christians and Jews were given books before us, we're supposed to live amongst them, in kindness, unless they give us a pause not to. Does everybody understand that? And I want you guys to understand, and I wish that brother were here. What was his name? We had a brother he hasn't been back. The one who thought that Christians will be in paradise. The one that thought that Jesus was a Christian and Moses was the Jew. No, all the prophets were Muslim. And here's my dalil. Allah has ordained for the Muslims the same religion that he sent to Noah, the same that he sent to Muhammad, to Abraham, Moses, and Jesus. They were all Muslims. The original Bible, the original Torah, they were books that called the people to submission to Allah. Those books don't exist anymore. But to refer to Jesus as being a Christian, this is wrong. He was not a Christian. To refer to Noah or Abraham as being anything other than Muslim, this is wrong. Okay? They all came, as Allah says in this verse, they all came with the same religion, which is Islam. And Islam means total submission to Allah. The Christians today do not submit to Allah. The Christians after these prophets, after Jesus, did not submit to him. But they're still considered people of the book. So, as Muslims, even though Allah tells us that all the books that came before the Quran were destroyed, they don't exist. And he replaced them with the Quran, we still believe in all those original books. We don't believe in the books that exist today, except for the Quran. Okay, but the original Bible, the original Torah, we believe in them. And like the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us, whatever good was in those books is in the Quran. You want to know what the original Bible contained. You want to know what the original Torah contained. It contained what's in the Quran. Listen to what Allah says in the interpretation of the meaning. We Muslims believe in Allah and in what he has revealed to us and in what he has revealed to Abraham, Ishmael, Isaac, Jacob, and the tribes of Israel. And we believe in what was given to Moses and Jesus and in what was given to all the prophets by their Lord. And we don't make any distinction. So we don't go around saying that one is a Christian and one isn't. Okay, they were all Muslim. I wish that brother were here to see this. So if the people of the book read the Quran, they will find in it praise for their books, their original books, and their prophets and their messengers. And if Muslims hold discussions with the people of the book, we should avoid approaches of bitterness and hostility like you see today. Today, there's a big innovation. The Muslims, they set up dawah booths in downtown, and they sit there and coax the Christians to come and argue and debate with them. And they take their books and point out what they say is not correct and try to add what they think is correct. We're not supposed to do that. Listen to what Allah says and the interpretation of the meaning. Do not argue with the people of the book except in a way that is good, unless it be with such of them who transgress. And in that case, say we believe in what has been sent down to us and what was originally sent down to you. And our God and your God is one, and to him do we submit. And we're speaking about Allah. The same Allah that Jesus worshiped, the same Allah that Moses worshiped. Okay? There's only one Allah. And we believe in the original Bible, the original Torah. And we're going to speak more about that in our new series that's going to begin next week. Okay? And also, because these people believed in a book of Revelation, which makes them different than a pagan who didn't believe in the existence of Allah at all. Allah allows us to eat with the people of the book. We share the meat that they kill, and you Muslim men can marry their women. But there's conditions to that. There's conditions to that, and that's where you brothers lose it. We're always talking about trying to make the meat haram. You can't make the meat haram. But what you brothers have done is made haram women lawful for you, because you don't know the conditions that exist that has to be fulfilled before you marry those women. Okay? Listen to what Allah says and the interpretation of the meaning. The food of those who were given the books before you is permissible, and your food is permissible to them. And lawful to you in marriage are chaste. There's the number one condition. Chaste, I repeat, chaste women from among the believers and chaste women from among those who were given the books before you. A lot of you brothers have married women who were not Muslim, but call themselves Christians, but they are not chaste. A chaste woman doesn't walk around with her body hanging out. That's not a chaste woman. A chaste woman doesn't go out to clubs. A chaste woman doesn't go out drinking and partying. A chaste woman doesn't have a boyfriend. So a lot of your marriages don't even hit that one condition right there. But you married these women anyway, and many of you were having sex with them before marriage. Astaghfirullah. Okay? So this verse here relates to the people of the book in general. That means Christians and Jews. But the Christians have been given a special status by Allah in the Quran because they're considered closer to the hearts of the believers. Because the Jews are more arrogant. They're more arrogant. They always have been. Okay? So that's how Islam teaches us to live amongst the non-Muslims and how to interact with them. For those of us in non-Muslim non-Islamic states like America, like United Kingdom, like Australia. But for those non-Muslims that live in an Islamic state like Saudi Arabia, it's a little different. Those verses, teach that these people are protected in Islamic countries. They're known as Adimi or the protected people. And the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam has made a trust with them that they can live safely and under security and under the Islamic government. And this existed from the earliest period of Islam to the present day. Okay? The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, whoever hurts a dhimmi hurts me. Whoever hurts me annoys Allah. Whoever hurts a dhimmi, I am his adversary, and I shall be an adversary to him on the day of judgment. Also, he said, on the day of judgment, I will argue with anyone who oppresses a person from among the people of trust, or infringes upon his rights, or puts a responsibility upon him which is beyond his strength. How do you think the prophet's going to deal with those ISIS terrorists and them who went around kidnapping the non-Muslims in those Arabic countries and executing them, beheading them, and all of that? Imagine how the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is going to deal with them. Okay, so in a non-Muslim country, we live in harmony and peace with the unbelievers. We don't transgress them as long as they don't transgress us. And in a Muslim state, the non-believers live amongst us under our protection. So these are the social, give me a second. These are the social rights that Allah put together, give me a second, for us Muslims in regards to how to live together, in peace and in harmony. Okay, and by the way, do I have any moderators in